Previously on Trails Beyond the Horizon, the party took on the 4th Domain, where they had to fight Yorda and Lucrezia. Then they took on the first bounty quest of the Grim Garten, which required them to revisit the 1st Domain. Finally, they viewed a memory of the previous tyrant, Lagun Khan, before he let his hero's status go to his head.
Right then.
First PG, oh no CEO! There's been some rare unsavory office gossip among Verne employees and associates about our returning CEO Bill Towson. If it spreads any further and his name gets dragged through the mud, he may be pushed out yet again. Would you be able to look into the rumors? I can provide more details if you come by the tunnel entrance west of the artisanal district. You Cohen, the Verne CEO's secretary, we saw your post on the bulletin board. Indeed I am. You must be the group from Thors Military Academy then. I've heard talk that you've been carrying out 4 SPGs in that sprig instead. Yes, assuming you have no issue with that, may we hear the details of the request? It was in regard to negative rumors going around about Mr. Towson, as I recall. Correct. I actually think an outside party without any preconceptions will provide a more impartial perspective. So I'm rather hesitant to divulge any details at HQ, hence why we're having this conversation out here. Guess it'd be problematic if someone from the Verne company overheard, huh? Yes, it's for that reason I wanted to investigate as confidentially as possible. Accept. Chaos and Gray. We accept. As it happens, we chatted briefly with Mr. Towson earlier. Even knowing his indiscretion last year, he seemed nothing if not sincere about making up for it. If a man like that is having his reputation tarnished, we can't just leave it unaddressed. Much obliged. I'll feel more at ease with your assistance. It'd be kind of a letdown if the rumors turn out to be true, though. The guy's a one-man shooting range of easy targets anyway. Doesn't seem like all that big a deal, really. What exactly is the nature of these rumors? The CEO has come under 3 separate allegations from what I've heard. 2 of them are even accompanied by photographs. And those photos are being spread too. How ruthless. By the same token, it means there's actual physical evidence fueling the gossip. Yes, if possible, I'd like you if you could verify said photos for yourselves to inform your verdict. Understood. We sure look into that as well. First things first, let's try and get in touch with those who have heard the rumors. Yeah, I'd like to hear people's takes on them, not to mention what it is they're actually saying. If it's public perception we're looking for, then the wire and net we cast the bar. We should try asking a receptionist in that case. They'd come in contact with a good variety of personnel and information. It'd also be a good idea to find someone from a Verne subsidiary too, or a divisional employee with corporate and departmental connections. Thank you again for going to all this effort. Do get in touch if you learn anything. Right, I can't say for sure how much help will be. We'll see how far our outside perspective can take us to start.
I've got your back.
Topic: rumors about Towson.
Yo, got a sec?
Yeah, I've heard the rumors. They've been circulating around the workshops and companies in our supplier network. Something about him having sea underworld connections or whatnot. We're referring to the same Bill Towson, correct? He doesn't really seem to type somehow. Let's remember, he was so close about Almada that he missed some scurrying around right under his nose. Don't suppose there's any proof. Well, there's this quote-unquote photographic evidence going around. See for yourself. Is that Jacobin? Feels a little less underworldy and more underwhelming. The man in the sunglasses certainly meets the stereotypes of a criminal sort. Apart from him, though, it doesn't seem all that condemning. Not mentioned they're meeting in the broad daylight. Yeah, I couldn't say what exactly, but there could easily be an innocent explanation behind this. Maybe, but we still got people buying into it, including some of the artisans we work with. Personally, I reserve the right to stay silent. You have to wonder where the story even came from, though. That's a good point. Knowing the source could change the context entirely. Setting that aside, who could have possibly taken this photograph? Provided this meeting was private, there are only so many who could have been present. True enough, which would mean someone involved snapped the picture with an ulterior motive. Though of course, if they didn't mean secret, then we can't be sure this wasn't a coincidental shot of an unrelated passerby. Either way, it feels malicious. It sure does. Someone went real out of their way to create this evidence. Gotta keep that in mind while we think this through.
I've got a question for you.
Oh yeah, where's the rumor mills going well over at Verne HQ? The ones going around the subsidiary I work at are based on some audio of the CEO's remarks. Not that anyone knows when or where it was actually recorded. Is that right? Will you be okay sharing with us? Sure, have a listen. This company belongs to me. What's that M-? Our subsidiaries are disposable. Haha, nice body on you. And there you have it, the recordings from the 341 gossip pound of gossip. Stuff like him misappropriating the company, or belittling his subsidiaries, or committing sexual harassment behind closed doors. I see, there's a lot of noise in it though, to the point where it's sort of tough to make out what he's saying. And even aside from that, something about it just felt off somehow. The audio was choppy at points in addition to the noise. There's a possibility it was edited to sound like this. Now you mention it, the way the words flowed felt unnatural too. That said, it does sound like Mr. Towson. Gets me curious how the recording was made. Going by the tone of his voice, it doesn't sound like it's from a public meeting or anything. Odds are that someone who was there recorded him maliciously, but whom? File that next to the question of our mystery photographer. Thanks for your input. I think we have a better grasp on the situation now. Oh, no worries. I'm glad I could help.
Got a second?
Yes, I did hear there were allegations against Mr. Towson. Few employees genuinely believe them, of course, but it still adds a loss of trust on some level. They're semi-convinced, in other words. If you don't mind my asking, were you yourself told any of these rumors directly? Yes, a colleague passed along this photo. Though I can't say where it originated from. Whistle, damn, old man's got game when he puts his mind to it. Is that your only takeaway? This picture appears to show the CEO enjoying a night out with a young woman, leading to some steps to believe he's been caught in a honey trap and is leaking company secrets. Naturally, I put no stock in this, but I am curious about the actual scene being depicted. And there's definitely a sort of cheerfulness to it that comes off a little surprising. Even so, they're only conversing. I have to question where any conclusions can be drawn from that. You're right, normally it take a lot more than this to stir up these sorts of rumors. I get a sense that whoever's spreading them has a personal bone to pick with Mr. Towson. One way or another, it's too little to make a judgment call on. We can't say there's absolutely zero chance this thing is legit. Still, a photo this innocuous shouldn't be spreading rumors like wildfire. Yeah, it comes off a little forced to me. Might want to consider the possibility that someone's fanning the flames on purpose. Right, let's keep that in mind while mulling our rumors over. Thank you for your time. We know you must be busy right now. Oh, not at all. Any disparagement against our CEO is just as much a concern of mine. I'm happy to have been of service. Okay, that's about covers all 3 allegations against Mr. Towson. Yeah, except all the evidence was either half-assed or inconclusive. Which makes it all stranger that the rumors have spread this quickly. And even with only the flimsiest proof, some people are still believing it. Someone's trying to cancel him. Going by how the photos look, though, I think we can assume they weren't picked or taken accidentally. The recording, so, did sound unnatural, but even then, it was still his actual voice. Honestly speaking, if you consider everything we've learned as a whole... How to put this? It feels like Mr. Towson is being framed here. Thinking about it from that angle explains a lot. Not hard to imagine, we're just talking about how much of a What King Kick Me sign he is. Well, that'd be a bummer, but still just one fury out of who knows how many. Indeed, what we need is some corroboration. Okay, in that case, we should get some from the CEO himself. Yeah, steering us right in the eye of the storm, eh? There's no better place to verify the truth of all this. Even if the rumors are legitimate, we'll probably need to sound out of his situation somehow. Good point, I'll give him a call so he knows we're coming. Okay, say you can spare some time, so we're welcome to stop by. We can find him over at the Institute of Science. Off we go then.
Let's make tracks.
So this is the Basel Institute of Science, the Republic's premier bastion of education and research, responsible for driving its technological growth. Feels pretty different from the Ruhr Institute of Technology, right? Even if on first impression they seem about the same. They're both scientific institutes, so they do both cover the sciences, physics, biology, chemistry, and information. Though unlike Ruhr, they focus on research, as opposed to manufacturing. They say the Institute of Science has long cooperated with Basel's Artisans Guild. They actually established a Verne company together. That's why the factories and local companies often test their prototypes. I see. So it's their history that makes cooperation between industry and university possible. The things that set apart from Ruhr would also be due to that history, right? Looks like you just finished a test. I guess wherever you go, students make the same faces when they finish an exam. Reminds me of the kids at Forest Branch campus. I'm feeling a little nostalgic myself. I bet. Come on, the test's done. We should be able to go in now. That's where we're headed, right? Yep, the continent's largest state-of-the-art observatory. My grandpa visited it long ago. And sorry again for making you come all the way out here with me. You don't have to apologize. I'm actually looking forward to it. Though it might be a little too early to be stargazing. And why don't we take a little tour of this fancy institution? Good point. Some of the people who were at the event earlier are here, as well as some folks from Averne. Maybe we should plan to say hello to them too. Of course. Well, shall we begin our tour of the school then? Banana all late. Looks like exams are over, so I figured I'd show my appreciation for the students and all their hard work. Basel really does have beautiful sunsets. I love the view from here. A lot of people have been real busy these days, but I'd love for them to stop and take a break.
What can I get for you?
Soul Chef smoothies, stainless steel tumbler. We already have some of these. Smoothie, hazel macchiato. Okay. Yeah, I guess I saw him before, but he changed locations, that's why. Oh right, I heard that researcher Athena was promoted to associate professor. She helped with our company's research last year, so maybe I should get her a congratulatory gift and swing by. But she can be quite shy. If I show up out of nowhere, will she even meet with me? We have obtained the necessary data, correct? Indeed, and based on that, I shall be making further adjustments to the airframe and external units. Which means I'll need to return to Zeku Space Base as planned. Understood. Safe travel, son. Oh, too. Well done during today's exercise. We managed to obtain some excellent data. I think we saw each other get together briefly. If I could, I'd like to take this chance to say hello properly, Professor Cronkite. Thank you for your part in the exercise. I heard her mint might have been a little pest during the event. It's nothing to concern yourselves with. We both did what we had to increase the probability of success. I couldn't help but overhear, Professor. You're heading back to Zeku Space Base. Yes, I intend to travel with Major Amelia and the others by airship. I won't be able to enjoy this town's coffee for a while, but we all must make sacrifices. There's still so much that needs to be done. Adjustments to the machine, analysis of the satellite data. I hear was taking on the majority of the technological and operational aspects of Project Startaker. It's no surprise it's keeping him busy. And he doesn't seem the least bit fatigued. He really is a genius. We won't take any more of your time. We just wanted to say thank you. What about you? Heading back to the base with the professor? No, I intend to stay in Basel for a while. Everything on the space base is on track. They don't need me at the moment. But there are some things here in Basel that require my attention. Something that requires his attention here, now. I see, sounds like you're busy too. Then we should probably leave you to it then, shouldn't we? Thank you for your understanding. The fewer distractions, the better. I just can't help the snide remarks, can you? It won't be long until you're used to it. Now, I've already told you what I'm doing. There's nothing else. It's just making the most of your time and touring the campus. That's just what we're playing. Thanks for your consideration. You take care as well, Professor. Of course, I had no intention of doing otherwise, but I'll accept your well wishes. As I previously notified you, you've all been invited to the ceremony in the capital the day after tomorrow. As long as you get there on time, you'll have unrestricted access. You can freely explore as much as you'd like. If I remember correctly, you're going to be taking a look at the observatory, right? I'm sure you're all exhausted, so do try to get some rest. I acquired significantly better data than I expected from the exercise. You have my gratitude, Thors. When I return to the base, I must provide feedback to Excalibur.
Let's search around.
There's the portal.
Our reward's been deposited.
Ah, token.
Performing search.
The Basel Institute of Science. I feel like there's a lot I can learn here.
Yeah, there's no question this is the finest academy Calvard has to offer.
Can't help but imagine what campus life would have been like here.
Then shall we look around?
We can wait to go see the stars until after it gets dark.
My goodness, I had my own reservations about Mr. Towson's reinstatement. But as I understand it, everything seems to be going smoothly. You have my support. Thank you so much. I'm ashamed that I've caused you trouble last year, Your Highness. I will never make the same mistake again. I will dedicate myself to this company. Well, you did do a lot of dubious things last year. There's no denying your skill in bringing together various industries over the years. With courage, you're sure to lead Rean in the right direction. Indeed, I'll be counting on you now, Towson. There's more to discuss, but it appears we have some guests. Oh, it's all of you. Sorry, it looks like you're in the middle of something. We didn't mean to interrupt. It's no problem at all. We've already finished a complicated business. If you like, why don't you join us? I see. Sounds like there's a lot of strong opinions about Towson's return as CEO back in Alzheim. It can't be helped. They've invested quite a lot after all. That said, it feels more and more people are willing to give me a second chance. Considering your achievements and the sincerity you've displayed since your return, it's not hard to see why. I had a talk with him myself. It's convinced me that he is the right man for a job. I'm sure of it. And I intend to encourage my father to give his support as well. That's a lot more generous than I expect. Well, Professor Hamilton made a request. Seeing how much she's done for our nation, we can't just ignore what she says. Even the professor supported my return. I fear I'll never be able to return a favor. Not that she'd ever abandon you, given her humanity and moral obligations. It sounds like everyone really loves and trusts the professor. She definitely has a different style from Professor Schmidt and the others, obvious as it is. She's certainly special among Epstein's disciples. She has a philosophy of getting close to people and supporting them all equally. That's the cornerstone of all her research. And no matter how much the times change, her self-sacrificing nature never does. It isn't just whole countries indebted to her, but entire generations. I was lucky enough to work with her long ago on a variety of her projects. And each time I've seen the problems of the people, I've recognized that she was truly saving them. While I haven't gone to join her on the eastern part of the continent, I'm sure they're even more grateful to her. Even in Alzheim, our appreciation for her is deep in our roots. For years, the professor has been the intermediary between Alzheim and the Republic when it comes to sharing technological advancements. Sure, we owe a lot to our mineral resources, but the development of her nation can be traced back to her influence. I think it's easier for us to feel close to her since she's half Central Eastern. I work with the professor on the behalf of the ICO, and it seems that she's loved throughout the Central East, not just in Alzheim. And don't forget her undiscriminating love for all. People everywhere feel a strong bond with the professor. Even at the Foundation, everyone talks about her character and achievements. She's really so much more than I had been led to believe back in the Empire. You know, all of the big mistakes I made were while she was away. She really was a huge help as a consultant to the Verne Company. I can't lean on her any longer. I have to guide the Verne Company forward with my own two hands. Hearing all this is just another reminder of the professor's character, and yet there's some suspicious points about her now. Yeah, I wish I could have talked with her more. If you're staying in the Republic, then you may get another chance. For now, we'd like to take a look inside the Institute. Yes, we would. We should still be open for a while yet, so feel free to take a look around. If you run into any problems, just let me know. Thank you again for your help. Sorry we interrupted. We'll make sure to enjoy a tour of the campus. Oh, is that the bell from the chapel in the artisanal district? It's 6:30 p.m. now, so I'm guessing that's to let people know it's time for the evening service. No, I'm not ready yet. Probably, yeah. Also, damn, sunset already? I thought I'd come a little later, given the summer and all. Okay, I think we've seen all there is to see here, so we should probably move on to the next thing. Sounds like a plan. Once we're ready, let's make our way to the observatory of the Institute of Science. Oh no. I understand you have something new to discuss, members of Thors Military Academy. Yes, thank you for your time. You see, we were hoping to get your assistance with a request we've undertaken. Is that right? I'll help to whatever extent I can, then. What is it you wish to ask? Well, our client wants us to investigate some wild rumors going around. Hear anything about a scandal rocking the Verne Company right now by chance? You mean to say there is one? If so, I'll have to deal with it post-haste. This is the first he's heard of it, evidently. Doesn't seem like he thinks it could apply to him in any way, either. Wow, he really has no idea, does he? Better get down to brass tacks, then. I'll be blunt, Mr. Towson. The rumors we're looking into are regarding you. They include some audio and photographic evidence that we'd like you to fact-check if that's alright. What? Me? About me? I don't believe I've done anything wrong, though. Please tell me more. I'll try with all sincerity to explain myself however I am able. First, there's this picture of you speaking with a young woman. Oh, her. I believe she was a job hunting student that I interviewed recently. A job hunting student? Yeah, she came a long way from the countryside for her appointment, after which she did some sightseeing in town. This photo must be of when I chanced upon her in town. She said hello and offered her some encouragement. Who in the world would take a photo of that, and why? That's not seriously as I was gearing up for. Feels way more on brand though. This guy and Lady Killer don't exactly go hand in hand. You guys! Ahem, and what about this photo? Seems to be giving the impression that you have connections with the underworld. Oh, this person is the executive director of a trading company. We've known each other for a long time now. His eyes are rather sensitive, so he often wears sunglasses on days the sun is particularly bright. As it happens, everyone in the sales department at our headquarters knows him, so you're welcome to speak with them if you have any doubts. I see, then what about this recording? This company belongs to me. Our subsidiaries are disposable. Ah, nice body on you. What is this? It certainly sounds like me, but I don't recall saying anything of the sort. There are indications that the audio was deliberately spliced. Do you recall any remarks you've made that could have been edited together this way? This company belongs to me. That bit does bring something to mind. It was during a private conversation between Kohen and myself not too long ago. If memory serves, I said something along the lines of, "This company is my life, so to speak. All responsibility for it belongs to me. Our subsidiaries are to be handled with careful consideration. We must first dispose of their concerns in an orderly, dependable manner." Wow, that is some splicing if they can somehow just splice out the entire last letter there. Wait, no, it would still sound like disposable. That's right, E would be silent. Ha, nice work. But you mustn't overstrain yourself. It'll all be for nothing if your body gives out on you. Assuming you recall correctly, it's definitely possible these sound bites were clipped from that conversation. If you two were talking when it was recorded, it's all coming together. Should figure as much. Yeah, this all seems like a setup from a start to finish. What do you want to do now, Rean? Well, we've come to swear. I think it only makes sense to lay it all bare to the man himself and get his cooperation. This won't be easy to discuss, but what the circumstances suggest. So you're investigating at Cohen's request then? At the risk of echoing him, I'm inclined to ask that you get the bottom of these baseless hoaxes myself. Yes, of course, we may just be Spriggans by proxy, but we'll give it our all. Now that we don't already have a grasp of what's going on here, the key now is pinpointing who's behind it all. The perpetrator had to be capable of procuring those photos and that recording, as well as propagating word of them within the company. And what's more, potentially stand to gain from framing Mr. Towson. Right, narrow down the suspects, and the one who spreads this information can only be... Kohen. Or client. None other than Kohen, your secretary and our client. He was in a position to prepare the photos and audio by himself. No, how can it possibly be? It's true he was present at every occasion, but... This is only conjecture based on circumstantial evidence, of course, but the likelihood is high. Didn't he himself hire you to investigate these false accusations, though? Actually, that's what stuck out to me from the get-go. He asked us to investigate the rumors themselves, but not their source. And he didn't say a word about putting a stop to them either. If anything, it sounded as if what he sought from us was verification. Following that train of thought, maybe his aim was to have us confirm the rumors as unbiased outsiders. That way we'd help solidify and spread them even further. So Roundabout doesn't even begin to describe that. Had we taken the bait, what could have been the final nail in the coffin? Cohen was appointed by Director Durek, a member of our board who took over as CEO during my dismissal. He's proven highly capable, but we haven't been acquainted for very long, so there's much I don't know on a personal level. Will you object to me calling for him right now? I must learn where he's truly a culprit, and if so, what his motivations are. And those are things I have to hear from the man's own mouth. Mr. Towson, I understand. Go ahead and call Cohen over. We have to relay the results of our investigation to him anyway. 2 SP. Are we gonna get this guy to accidentally confess? You're ready to report on the request. I didn't realize the CEO himself would be present for it. Let me begin with a rundown of what we uncovered during the course of our investigation. We in the group informed Cohen in detail about the photos and recordings that sparked the rumors, making sure to express that they had clearly been disseminated with malicious intent. Sure, you've concluded that Mr. Towson is free from fault. Very well then, I'll continue digging into the rumors myself and see if I can't determine their origin. That's quite enough, Cohen. All I want to know is, what's this you're doing? So that's it, you managed to figure me out. Wow, you actually said it. I expected the third party would be quickly deceived, but evidently that wasn't the case. Now that I'm caught, there's nothing to be done. I resign myself to whatever punishment you deem sufficient. Just as we thought. Hiring us really was a ploy to push your smear campaign. But why? What could drive an outstanding secretary like you to do such a thing? We're well past the point of words by now. But I'll tell you this much, I only acted with the good of the company in mind. The good of the company? That is the most I can say. Is that because you're trying to protect someone else who is also a part of this? Come to think of it, he was appointed by the previous CEO, right? If you put two and two together, that previous CEO could be in on this. Bullseye, be straight with us here. Was he the guy who put you up to this? As I already stated, I acted with the good of the company in mind. Full stop. He didn't outright deny it, which is a near surefire sign Direct is involved. I just couldn't accept the idea of entrusting the Verne company to you again, Tao-san. In focusing solely on profits and gains, you failed to prevent what happened to Professor Callahan or manage the litigations between our affiliates. Your reinstatement as CEO not only defies all sense, it robs the company of the opportunity to change. Mr. Dirac should be in your place instead, steering us toward reform. Ugh. I acknowledge I have yet to fully earn your trust, just as I acknowledge my past transgressions. However, that's all the more reason why I must make amends with my own two hands. It's toward that aim that I assume my position. I'm well aware of Direct's capabilities, as well as the reliance so many employees placed in him. But even so, I refuse to capitulate. Not to a man who stooped to reclaiming power through battle mudslinging. Mr. Tao-san. And just how genuine is that determination? My pledge should not only rise up on the backs of my past failings, but achieve results that more than outweigh them. In this way, will I strive to become a man worthy of confidence, yours and Direct's both. So you needn't place your faith in me on the spot. All I ask now is that you give me the chance. At least until such time that I can repay this company in what way I am able. Mr. Tao-san, you really have changed. Compared to you, Director Dirac and I... Go and wait in the other room for now. I'll inform you when the consequences of your actions are decided. Let me express my gratitude once again. It's because of you that these malicious rumors have been stemmed. That being said, I'll have to fix whatever foibles of mine allowed this to occur without me noticing. What about the turncoat? You gotta give him the boot at the very least. That wouldn't be the end of it, though, if it turns out the previous CEO really is involved to an extent. Quite so. You don't mind, may I ask your suggestions on how to approach this, just for my consideration. I appreciate your objectivity as a third party, not to mention the ones who actually solve this problem. Arkride Solutions often provides consultations of this nature after completing your jobs, as I understand it. You want our advice? Well, alright, it's not my area of expertise, but I'll try to come up with something. What kind of middle ground would Arkride propose in this situation? Blackmail is the chaos choice. Coroner is gray. Take them to court is lawful. It should be just as good enough, I think. Proper course is to take this issue to court, but that would also mean exposing the company's weakness to the world at large. A happy medium could be to put it on the agenda at a board meeting and sort it out privately instead. That may be, as far as saving face is concerned. However, doing so would sow discord within the board of directors itself. I still have our operational stability to consider, factional tensions to keep in check. But on the other hand, this could be your big break. Play that meeting right, and you can gain some solid ground out of this ordeal. Yeah, even the board ultimately decides to punish these wrongdoings publicly. If all goes well, you may be able to reassert your place at the helm of the company. When you put it that way, I can certainly see how it might lead to more corporate unity. But is that truly within my capabilities? No, hesitating at this juncture would strip my reinstatement of all meaning. Very well, for the sake of pulling this company back together, I will have this matter addressed internally. Adios above, I think they resorted to character assassination to try and enforce my resignation. If it weren't for all of you, I might not have even noticed. My deepest thanks for that. Think nothing of it. We were just carrying out our proxy work as best we could. I'm sure Arkride and his team would have found a better way to resolve this. Let me be modest. You presented a satisfactory compromise, of which I have no complaint. As for payment, expect a transfer from my end. Thanks, but if you really want to do us a favor, try being less of a sitting duck from now on. Yeah, maybe cover up a few of those easy targets painting all over you. You guys, shush. Honest as fall as ever. That's quite alright. It's the fact of my vulnerabilities and exploitation as evidenced by today. As such, I intend to consider this a lesson learned, a call for me to shape up and run this company with grit and resolve. Perhaps this debacle is simply a trial of sorts, a chance for me to make a fresh start. Well, it's been a privilege helping you wear it. I don't mean to sound too forward, but know that you have our support, Mr. Towson. And you mine, members of Thors Military Academy, in all of your future endeavors. Blessed Towson turned an unforeseen setback into an opportunity to recommit to his chosen course. He then returned to his work with a sense of pride and purpose both.
Done and done. Mira for our efforts.
Oh, you must be the ones Professor Hamilton spoke of. Welcome to the Basel Institute of Science. As you can see, exams have just ended, so all the major facilities are open. The professor has already left, but I heard guests of honor are present, so perhaps you would like to meet them. Perfect timing, fresh-faced students. I just happen to find myself in urgent need of animal corpses. I'm going to turn them into seed beds for a rare species of mysite. I need your help. Corpses, are you serious? We're not exactly biology majors here. So it's gross. It's not gross, you see. This is a rare species that emits light in dark conditions. I'll have you know, mysite germination is a highly captivating process, once you see for yourselves. I run into a researcher that I know every now and then, but man, he's such an oddball. He's weird and kind of a super nerd, but he's also kind of funny. Well, don't tell me you're into that sort of thing, Liz. I see dark times in store for you. Actually, I need to start considering my major and what seminars I'm going to take. Fungi are pretty whatever, but what if I major in studying this guy? That sounds fun. At least a little bit, anyway. Everyone gets so creeped out when they talk about fungi. Isn't this the Peerless Institute of Science? Whatever happened to the dignity and freedom that comes with being a researcher? Actually, when we went to the metal mine, I heard a loud growl from deep within. I'm the one who contacted the college about it, see. My fieldwork is actually useful, right?
Let's see.
I'm so curious about the propellant they're using for the support engine of the rocket. I couldn't even focus my experiment. This might be bad news, in more ways than one. I get a feeling I might have filled the answer sheet with my hypothesis about what kinds of compound formulas they were using for the propellant. Never mind getting a 0, I might get called into the professor's office. Well, I guess this is what happens when you cram. No need to fear, I'm confident I got perfect marks on the practical portion of my chemistry exam. In fact, if my presumption is correct, I might even get bonus points. Or now I'm even more curious, I must experiment later. Yeah, so you developed this terror program all on your own, Elijah. That's right, I made it when I was enrolled in Aramis and have updated it multiple times. Would you like to give it a try? Unfortunately, I don't believe in fortune telling. I believe that luck is something you make for yourself. How is that so? My goodness, I introduced astronomy and incorporated more complex calculations in my program. But these people here are so pragmatic, it's been difficult to secure any testers. Seems to become more dependable, though you still need to back up your actions. However, if you end up making a fool of yourself again, I'm gonna kick your ass, got it? Right, I won't betray your trust. No, honestly, I still can't believe Cohen tried to do that. I'm glad you brought things under control before it reached a point of no return. You have my gratitude. I never refocus my energy so that something like this never happens again. There was no way to prevent Prince Street from saying something like that. But he once again acknowledges me as the CEO, so I need to produce results that live up to his expectations. One could even say this incident last year allowed me to save for all the swelled attitude I had up till then. I can no longer rest on my laurels. I'll go back to my original enthusiasm and tackle the problems I have in front of me. The reason this college exists as it does now is because of Professor Hamilton. And you can catch glimpses of her influence and achievements all over the place. So I hope you enjoy your tour of the college. Professor Hamilton has been a great help to Alstheim over a great many years. She returned greenery to her capital and made many environmental and infrastructural improvements. I hope to someday repay her for all she's done. Welcome to the Institute of Science's famous student cafeteria. All that unavoidable last-minute cramming before exam tends to lead to unhealthy habits, right? That's why when you're done with your exams, you need to make sure to eat properly and restore your energy. Don't even think about celebrating by going out drinking.
What can I get for you?
Burgers, honey lemon jelly, and college burger.
Thanks a bunch. I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkride.
I leave it to you.
The cafeteria promotes this treat as an efficient source of glucose and vitamins. It isn't too sour, and the honey is delicately sweet. A prime dessert for times of critical thinking. Oh, you're from ZCF in Liberal. I had no idea you were here. I appreciate all your help when we were building the new communications installation in Liberal. Your help was invaluable in getting us set up on the Zypha standard. I just wanted to take this chance to offer you my thanks again. Please, if anything, I appreciate all the advice you gave me for my thesis. I've been going back and forth with Ray over Ormail, but I'm still so nervous to actually speak with him in person. I respect him a lot, and I'm really happy to get to see him again, I think. I wonder how long he's going to be in town. I guess the rumors are being shy are true. But she's got a sharp mind. I could tell as much during her correspondence. I'd love to take this chance to exchange ideas. I heard you were involved with developing the core system of the RSA too. I'd love to hear about the Orbital Communication Standard and the control holo if possible. No problem, there are a few things I'd love to hear your thoughts on as well. The Bernie companies joined the tech union, so I'd be happy to exchange info whenever possible.
Let's see.
Hello there, this is Professor Esmeray's lab if you're curious. Her work with the space program has unfortunately seen her absent recently, but she focuses primarily on researching cutting-edge biological sciences here. Prosthetics, biomaterials, regenerative medicines, things that are made with the aim of benefiting society. That being said, however, the professor does tend to be a bit of an airhead at times, which as her assistant is where I come in. Look, how did the drone get stuck in a place like that? What a pain in the neck. Guess I'll have to borrow a step ladder from somewhere. We can get it down for you if you like. Clem Slias. What the? Thank you, but when you had this swelling thing? Oh, I let out in the public space without linking. Well, at least you helped someone out of a jam in doing so. Wait a moment, by any chance, are you those Force people I heard so much about? I heard some of you were affiliated with the Foundation, but I still can't believe they made such an incredible drone. We'll just let you use it. 2 corrections, it's a combat shuttle, not a drone, and it isn't the Foundation's technology. Oh, lighten up, will ya? Is the nitty-gritty really that important here? Or if you wouldn't mind, could I ask you for some advice? Advice on what? Not long ago, I began researching holo AI-compatible drones. I ordered an affordable model from ZCF, developed jointly with the Institute of Science, and tested it out. However, it's difficult to operate, and haven't made any progress in my report thus far. So if possible, will you let me observe how you handle your drone's reference? Of course, I don't mind at all. Sure, you don't want to give that another 5 seconds of thought? He's gonna be all up in your faces studying you, you know? That's alright. At the very least, it doesn't sound as though he intends to collect data on Clem Slias itself. Besides, I don't dislike the idea of the two of us working together to help a person in need. It spoke. Oh, thank you so much. This is a huge help. Well, we're sure you're okay with it, Altina. Now, what exactly would you like me to do? I have a drone training program developed by Marduk. It's supposed to help with learning how to control the drone, but admittedly, I've been having trouble with it. It's supposed to be a really hard minigame, huh? That's why I wanted to ask if you could take a crack at it, to see if you can clear it. Think you're up for a challenge? Hold off. Oh, do you have another business to attend to? Well, I'll be around for a while. Come back when you're ready to have another go at it. Okay. Controls could be tricky, huh? Very well, can you explain how it works in more detail? Absolutely. Okay, let's move to the entrance. I'll elaborate on the way down. Activating drone handling training program. Whoa-ho! Problem is that you have to move in 3 dimensions. A training field generated with shard technology. Is it really okay for us to be doing this by the entrance? We conduct experiments on the premises all the time, so it'll be fine as long as we finish before a higher up sees us. So it's not okay then. As the saying goes, you aren't breaking the rules if you don't get caught, so let's be swift about this. So there's a time limit too. Great. Error. Drone participating in training exceeds size limit. Shoot, I forgot. The training was made for smaller drones. Does this mean it can't take part? Arg, now what do we do? So much for getting that data. No fret, you'll get your data. Clem Slias. Whoa, it shrank. Though I guess it's nothing to be surprised about. Normally it's in shield caliber form. Reconfirming drone specifications. Permission to participate in training program granted. There, we've been given it all clear. Now let's begin. Great, you people are just full of surprises, huh? Okay, I already explained the rules on the way down, so just do your best out there. There are all gold shard tokens that react to shard searches within a time limit. I don't like this. Touching too many dummy tokens will cause the game to end. Identify dummy tokens with shard searches and avoid them while moving around. Clear all 3 ways to attain victory. Is there a more intuitive way to do this? Oh, they're flying too! my good last one, but it's so far. Oh, finally. Oh, there's even more. Oh my goodness, I need to disable turbo mode for this! Seriously. It's so easy to accidentally activate it. Oh, finally, that was close. The fact that turbo mode can accidentally activate during this game is really bad. Bad design. You did, you actually did it! And without touching a single dummy token to boot. Nice maneuvering dart. Yeah, the fact you can retry each individual wave is the only saving grace. Otherwise, this game is kind of bad. We managed to clear a challenge. Excellent work, claims Slias. You should give yourself a pat on the back too, Altina. You're the one moving around after all. You two make a perfect team. I'll say, you were able to control with such precision. I've got some fantastic data thanks to you. I'll make good use of it in my research. Sounds like this is a mission complete. Yes, I'm glad to have been of assistance. I wish you the best of luck in your own research. Thank you so much. Oh, let's never do that again. I'm cutting out all my failure attempts, of course. No one wants to watch me accidentally activate turbo mode 5 million times and fucking up the game. I should have set a turbo mode factor in field to 1. That would have made things way easier. Now that the exams are over, can you please help me out with the theme for my graduation thesis? Personally, I'd like to go over the organic expansion of city functions, or maybe the possibilities of living spaces in outer space. I see you're as passionate as ever, and it seems you've even grown an interest in space as of late. Let me think, perhaps the era of humanity living in space for long periods of time isn't all that far off. There is much to think about to that end. The effects of gravity, the use of building materials, water, and food. And one might say it's the perfect theme for someone as tenacious as you. Thank you very much. I guess I'll start seriously looking into it. The places where people go about their lives. In other words, I believe you can classify such places as cities. I've done research for all matters of perspectives, but I've approached this concept from the point of view of space. And the reason I even got this idea was because I was working a space-related part-time job at the orbital store in the capital. She's the most passionate researcher in my seminar. I have no idea what kind of graduation thesis she's going to write, but I look forward to seeing what kind of compilation of urban engineering she comes up with. That aside, I get the distinct feeling that Lionel is off causing trouble once again. We're from the same graduating class, but he tends to get sucked into everything he does.
Running a search.
In astronomical terms, conjunction refers to when the Sept-Terrion planets and the sun align in the same direction. And the Great Conjunction in particular is extremely rare. That's when the sun, moon, and Sept-Terrion planets all align together. That celestial show only takes place once every 1,000 years. Professor Latoya Hamilton. This paper was written almost 50 years ago, but the conjunction she writes about will happen this summer if I remember correctly. I know the space program is a big deal and all, but personally I think this is pretty cool as well. But wait, you all don't seem like students here. Are you visitors or something? As you can see, we've got a ton of important material and data deriving from the Free Disciple store here. You're free to look around, but please be careful not to damage anything. I used to perform simulation experiments in Professor Callahan's lab, but after everything that happened, I'm now an independent researcher in the field of theoretical physics. The calculations aren't nearly as large scale as they were back then, but it's still quite impressive. I plan on slowly accumulating research results, and it serves as a bit of personal rehabilitation as well. It's a bit fortuitous that Professor Cronkite returned, despite how busy it is. Thanks to that, I was able to get some advice on my high-precision environment simulations that utilize observational satellites. If all goes well, I'll be able to contribute to the afforestation project in my home of Helsheim. I want to ride the momentum of all this space development and make this happen. There's still a wall preventing me from raising the accuracy of my weather simulations. I need to make this work so I can contribute to the afforestation project in Helsheim. That and I would have loved to give Professor Hamilton's advice, but it would appear that she already left. It's unfortunate, but I'll just have to wait for my next opportunity. I see, so a cooling system was installed in the orbital rocket. Correct, it's a new technique developed to make sure the extremely powerful orbital engine can be used to its maximum potential. It's a boost system that utilizes liquefaction coolant. I helped develop it, but I see it's surely a collection of cutting-edge technologies using the power of science. Grim token.
Running a search.
Aha, cluster.
Shard searching.
Another cluster. I see, we should now be able to efficiently implement your new theory. The formula that Professor Calhoun left behind. It's amazing that you found new ways to apply it. No, I have both of you to thank for helping me with proof of concept tests. I also received advice from Professor Cronkite on my theories. Either way, we're one step away from practical implementation. Let's really put our backs into this. Last year, Professor Calhoun left behind a certain unexplored formula before taking his place with the goddess. There were times when I resented that man, but the fact remains that I did, and still do respect him. There is so much untapped potential in the research he left behind. I'll uncover secrets, even if it takes me the rest of my life.
Let's search around. Let's see.
Rare metal mine bounty. A dangerous monster called the Behemodyne has appeared in the rare metal mine. We'd like to request any guild members or fixtures to eliminate the threat. Basel Institute of Science. The rare metal mine, huh? Sounds like the kind of place where people can collect samples for research purposes. Yeah, I have the key to the entrance from the guild. I think it was on the north end of the artisanal district. And I propose we depart at our earliest convenience. Okay. Big catch.
All right. Gotcha. Huh. Looks rare.
A-rank gold salmon? Okay. Wish it gave me a hit free. Okay, there we're in. Thanks, Fee. Right, time to enjoy some monster hunting. Worms!
Let's end this quick.
You've got a charge attack ready.
Here's our shot. Rush him down.
We'll make this nice and quick.
Okay, you want to get her EOTM.
Now's a great time for a shard boost. Engaging skill.
Beginning mission. Go. Eins. Zwei. Drei. Vier. Lift off. Azure Rean.
Boost gauge upgraded.
Mission accomplished.
Seamless work, V.
Mute 2.
That's odd. Would you like to try a shard search? Deploying shards. Let's rumble.
Well, that's not good. I wasn't able to get Zoc in time.
Time for a shard boost.
Push it to the limit.
Now! Rabbit sword!
Thanks.
Paying your debt. All you now!
Engaging skill. Boost gauge
at it,
upgraded.
Come on, let's go.
All you now!
Finish them, Crow.
Really chosen for a boost!
It's yours. Guarding up. Follow up, Altina.
There! Yeah! Did I make myself useful?
Nice, Altina.
Maximum.
You, Matt.
Guess we win.
Seamless work, V.
That chest looks promising.
Red metal.
That chest looks promising.
Oh, that is a big one. Damn it. There's not enough time to get the trap first. Good thing they gave me a lot of time, but still, I do not like how chunky this guy is. Okay, hack trap. I have to wait for this guy to come back for the trap. Okay, made it in time. Boar Smasher.
Running a search.
Careful, that one looks stubborn.
Let's go.
You've got a charge attack ready.
I'll make this nice and quick.
Gah. Yeah, that was a tanky
Now's
one.
a great time for a shark boost.
Push it to the limit.
Can I get back attack on you? Not really.
Go at it full force.
Engaging
yours.
skill.
Hurrah! Keep going.
Leave it to me.
You're mine. Defending. Keep at it, Rean.
I can get Pyrograph Slash.
On you now.
Got you. Keep through me. Don't bother. Finish them, Crow.
Need help?
Some noise. Shred them up, Deadly. Cross. Follow up, Altina.
Yeah.
Too late.
There we go.
Ready at will.
Did I make myself useful?
Nice, Altina.
That's odd. Would you like to try a shard search?
Their stomach is
Hey,
nice and
let's go.
quick.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Keep going.
Engaging skill.
Defending.
Okay, this one worked out. Well, how's that still alive?
You're mine.
Yeah, Dawn Starburst.
Leveled up.
That's odd. Would you like to try a shard search?
Yeah, they're down.
Let's go.
I'll make this nice and quick.
Kind of located inconveniently. What the?
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Keep going.
Engaging skill.
Defending.
Boost gauge
Keep at it,
upgraded.
Rean.
Let's have a look.
Push it to the limit.
Supporting.
Prepare.
Okay.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Spot on, Rean.
Okay, I actually didn't expect Rean to act. Did I actually give?
Adjustments to me.
Wait, did I seriously accidentally give him Arc Feather? Damn.
Guess we win.
Sepith?
Back there, Fee.
Here's some foe.
Threat level's high. Be on guard.
Count on me.
Shard boost opportunity available.
Now, bear down on them.
Thanks.
Your debt.
Go at it full force. Surge. As your resonance.
Ready to go.
Yeah, get an extra turn thanks to the BLTZ, huh?
Go at it full force. Push it to the limit.
See this Phantasma. Oh, you're weak to water too.
I won't hold.
Well, that was a lot of damage actually. Shit.
Let us proceed with care.
Cypher, activate.
Nice heal.
Let's charge in all at once.
If only he had a BLTZ, then I could just extend his duration a little bit.
Spirit unification. I'm up.
Okay, do this so I can get some CP back.
Push it to the limit.
Prepare!
Incoming.
Don't bother.
Yeah. I can help.
Let's rock.
Allow me. Ready to go.
Oh wow. Still another bonus, sort of.
Go at it full force.
Now, bear down on them.
Thanks.
Your debt. Let's charge in all at once.
Resound. Get in there, Rean.
Yeah, now I only have 3 turns.
You're mine.
Let's charge in all at once.
Come on, let's go.
Pyograph slash.
Push it to the limit.
Prepare!
Catch my drift. Got you. Keep through me. Slice. Don't bother. Counting on you, Altita.
Okay.
Words will be more
We're
potent.
still boosted, so CS Phantasma should do good.
It's yours.
Allow me.
Here goes.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Keep your focus.
Let us proceed with care.
Engaging skill.
Mirage. Rain. Defend it. Close it out, Crow. Come on, let's go.
You're out of here.
Let's charge in all at once.
Full throttle. Let it rip. Sweet dreams. Guarding up. Ain't done yet.
Released.
Okay.
Let's
We'll use Azure Resonance this turn.
Activate skill.
Caught out. Guarding up. Get in there, Rean.
Oh no, because I lost his boost, he's not going to do as much damage with his S-Craft.
Prepare!
Like touching his ash itself.
Manifold fates woven into an intangible form. Purge, rush, rage, soar, gleam, ashen slash, luminous flux.
Still dealt decent damage.
Expanded.
My turn.
Go at it full force.
See, this Phantasma should get there in time.
Initiating drive.
Okay. Wait, it's almost dead. Didn't realize that.
Let us proceed with care.
Engaging skill.
Your time's up. Accelerate. Eins. Zwei. Drei. Vier. Lift off. Azure Rean.
Boost gauge up.
Okay, I should have just done that before it acted. Oh well. Win's a win, I guess. Indomitability.
Done and done. Our reward's been deposited.
Alright, let's start with Toa's. Toa is planning to test a remote class for Thors Military Academy while she's here in the Republic. Apparently anybody can attend. I wonder if there's anything I can do to help. Rean's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. Okay, we're connected to the long-range network. Can everyone see me? We can see you, Instructor Toa. Whoa, this is crazy. So this is how remote classes work. It feels so weird attending one of your classes while you're all the way in the Republic. Since I'm here for work, I thought this would be a fun opportunity to try something different. This is just an after-school test, so there should only be volunteers in attendance. But is it just me, or are there a crazy amount of people connected? It's not just you. We ended up with over 100 students from both the branch and main campuses wanting to participate. There are also some kids here who aren't your students, plus kids from other grades, and even people calling in from their dorms. Wow, I guess I didn't put a limit on how many people could join. Just go to show how interesting this remote class idea is. Sounds like you're going to need some help. Oh, is that you, Instructor Schwarzer? Oh my gosh, Instructor Rean's going to teach us too. I'm just here as her assistant, you guys. Since this class isn't a part of the curriculum, let's cover a broad range of subjects. Right, good idea. Let's begin. Thank you very much. And that's all for a video explanation. The Great Shadar Triangle is visible in the summer. You can use that to find all kinds of constellations. Wow, astronomy is so cool. Now I kind of want to take your astronomy class. It's so easy to follow along when you're playing a video at the same time. It'd be great if in-person classes had them too. Does anyone have any questions? Me. The first person who raised their hand was Anila from Class 4. Go ahead. Rean's visual acuity is crazy. And then that's why. Sorry, Rean, this sound choppy. Could play it one more time? Video one more time? Something's up. Oh, there's a stream delay. I guess that makes sense considering how many people joined over such a long distance. Yeah, we're gonna have to set limits for this. Hold on, I'm gonna use the mirror server we're borrowing from the Institute of Science to help do some processing. How's the stream now? Oh, the video and audio are back to normal. Oh, well done, Instructor Toa. Wait, since when were there over 200 people on this call? That's pretty much every student between the main and branch campuses. This is way beyond what I was expecting. No wonder we had connection problems. That's cool and all, but there's something I've been meaning to ask. Oh, is there something you didn't understand? Oh, so like, are you two are in the same room, right? And does that mean you're sharing a room? Huh? So of course not. There are other people with us, so... This is totally one of those workplace romance things, isn't it? And at a hotel too. No way, Instructor Toa's doing something like that? I told you, these two have been suspicious for ages now. Instructor Rean, say it ain't so. Settle down. That's quite enough frivolous speculation. Or do you want me to give you all extra homework for your next class? Eek, I was just kidding. Well, behave, so please don't. Gosh, we're continuing the lesson, okay? And that will be all for today's lesson. Everyone, please make sure you review what we covered. When we get back to the academy, we'll also be holding practical classes, so be ready. Okay. Everyone rise. Thank you very much. Whew, we made it through in one piece. Thanks for helping out, Rean. It was my pleasure. Honestly, I had no idea what we would do once that many people logged in. I never thought I'd be teaching so many students at once. Remote classes, huh? Now that I've experienced one for myself, it's clear they come with their own unique difficulties. Still, it's pretty incredible that we can do a lesson from another country entirely. Indeed, but technology continues to improve. I feel like the teaching profession could change completely. Maybe even education as a whole. Humanity has come so far. We're even on the verge of going to the stars, a place we'd only been able to observe with telescopes. I guess what we find up there might force me to rethink my astronomy classes. Hey Toa, forgive me if I'm wrong. I know you came to Basel to back us up, and that you wanted to hold this remote class while we're here. But there's something else you wanted to do while we're here, isn't there? I mean, you went out of your way to get permission from Professor Hamilton and Verne CEO to go up to the observatory. Was it that obvious? You're right, I feel like I might learn something. Something about my grandpa. Her grandfather, huh? He was the director of the Imperial Museum. Oh, that's just a piece of it. I'm really curious about the telescope. Not hard to see why. It's supposedly the most advanced telescope on the entire continent. We've gone stargazing together a bunch before. Do you think this is going to be very different? And it's on a whole other level. I can't wait. We haven't checked out the stars together in a while, you know? Now that I think about it, it's been a long time since we taught a class together too. You're right. It doesn't help that admissions have been increasing every year since the war. My class is located on the branch campus. And since you're a senior instructor for all of Thors, your battleground is the main campus, so to speak. Even when we do both travel between campuses, we're still not teaching classes together. What I mean to say is, the remote experiment really brought me back to when the branch campus first opened. I feel the same way.
Everything happened so fast back then. My whole life changed at dizzying speeds. Doing that remote class just now helped me understand something. There are things that don't change. And those things are extremely precious to me.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Not just focusing solely on doing things efficiently, but by putting everyone's heads and hearts together. That's part of what makes Thors Thors.
Exactly. Say, when we get back to the Empire, would you be willing to talk about your experience working at Artemis? Maybe convince them that the branch and main campus could run joint classes together? I mean, I'm sure that would just make things busier for us, but still.
I'm up for it. Let's give it our all. We can do it if we do it together, Rean.
After that, Rean and Toa put away their equipment. Then they met up with their friends to resume work. Drinks with a bad influence. Crow invited me to go drinking to celebrate the end of the field test. We're technically still working, but one drink might be okay. Rean's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased.
Cheers! Whew, nothing like chugging down a cold one after a hard day's work.
We're not done yet, but I get it. We've still got to consider the Republic's new mech and figure out what this plan of theirs entails. Sure, but for now, let's just celebrate our sweet victory. Seriously, it's been ages since we last had a drink together. Not since you dropped by the academy a few months ago, anyway. Just try not to drink yourself into a hole, okay? We've still got work to do. I know. Damn, you can be such a hard-ass instructor, Rean. And you can be a bit of a sloth, huh? Hey, come on, dude. Let's cut loose a little. Alright, why not? We've got some catching up to do. I heard your contract work is finally going steady. Sounds like you've gotten used to life in the free cities. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it took a while to get things going. Between dealing with stuff regular folk can handle, which requires a specialist touch, tackling large-scale issues, coordinating negotiations, and the works. Suffice to say, I'm never bored over there. Sure sounds like a lot of work. Your work's not all that different from Arkride's brigand business, though from a different perspective. Really, it's the sort of job only you can do, especially considering you've got a tier thing X. That, and I'm using all of the connections that I made after the war and during my time at sea. As for the tier thing, I had to get a go-ahead from the Empire and our governing bodies of the continent. I had bargained with them during that whole Jurite independence uproar 2.5 years ago. Right, I'm glad things turned out alright. I know you'd been worried about Jurite for a long time. Can you put a stop to a potential riot at the State House? By revealing that you were both C and the grandson of the former mayor, right? I'll be the first to admit it was a risky play. If any of that leaks out to the wider public, then I guess I'll reap what I've sown. Despite the risk, you still bet on your people. And that bet paid off and when you back your home. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than that. Ain't that the truth? So how's everything going back at the school? This is your 4th year as Class 7's homeroom instructor, right? You gotta be used to it by now. I'll say as much, it's hard work, especially since we're getting more and more enrollments each year. I'm barely managing to stay afloat as they bounce me between the main branch campuses. Sounds like you got a lot on your plate. Sure that ain't too much for one person? Well, I do make a point of asking some alumni and other folks for help when I need it. Just as an example, I did ask Kurt and Ash to hold down the fort while I was away. Other times I've asked Machias, Eustace, Elliot, and even Gaius to give lectures as guests. The old Class 7, eh? They must be busy in their own right. At some point, we really gotta get just us guys together. And obviously invite a bunch of highs to join us too. It's not really just us guys at that point. Haven't you been enjoying the nightlife a little too much these days? You're a grown man now, Crow. You gotta practice some restraint, then. Spare me a lecture. I'm only 2 years older than you, pal. If anything, you need to get out more. Learn what it means to be an adult, if you catch my drift. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Golden Bloom got first place of the Summer Heimdall commemoration. Seriously, I put it all on Ardent Week. It takes dedication to bet remotely on horse races from another country. Hey, when we get back to Eve tomorrow, let's say we hit up the casino or the sportsbook. Oh, I heard they put on a hell of a show at the local nightclub over there. Is that right? Aren't we here for work? So you're saying you're in? Don't worry, the girls don't have to know. You and I can enjoy the capital's nightlife to our hearts. It's just what don't we have to know about? Erg! When did you get here? We came to get you since it's almost time to meet up, and none of you were answering your Zypa. Hold on, just hear us out. Come on, ladies, we're just going to a nightclub. It's no big deal. Hell, you want to come with? I heard there's a place that has male pole dancing. We're not going. Jeez. Glad the two of you are having fun. It's been a while since you've gone drinking together, huh?
You're damn right we're having fun.
It is nice to finally have a chance to chat. Since you're here, though, why don't you ladies join us?
No, I'd rather not intrude.
We'll be back later to pick you up. But for now, you guys go ahead and enjoy your boys' night.
But make sure to keep it to 1 drink, and drink some water afterward.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
Hell yeah! 1 more drink, let's go!
Crow and Rean did not, in fact, stop at 1 more drink and ended up having 3. Upon finding them drunk, the 3 women laid into the pair, unsympathetic to their headaches. After sobering up, they headed back to work. The Nusstorte Challenge. Well, Tina and Fee are going to try making Basel's famous Nusstorte. I have to say, I'm curious how it tastes. Maybe they'll let me come along too. Rean's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased.
Welcome, everyone!
Sorry to drop in so suddenly. Oh no, it's no trouble at all. Though I certainly didn't expect you to ask me to teach you how to make Nusstorte. We tried some this morning and it was delicious. We had some at the end. We were really curious as to how Professor Hamilton makes hers, since we learned it varies from household to household. We thought we'd send some back to our friends in the Empire since it's supposed to keep. And that's how we end up here. What a wonderful idea, I'd be happy to help. Professor Hamilton already taught me her recipe, so I can give you all the details. Thanks a lot. I can help out with anything you might need. Thanks, Rean. And so the group began to make Nusstorte under Associate Professor Esmeray's tutelage. First we have to go over the basics of making dough. Make sure it makes it thoroughly. You know, it will taste even better if you think about who you're making it for while you mix the dough. Really? That doesn't seem very scientific. Perhaps not, but the professor always said that while making sweets is a science, it's also a form of love. I always think of Catch or Yang whenever I'm mixing. You see, it's time to show off everything I learned from my forced cooking class. It says. In that case, I'll chop the nuts. Can you give me a Henry? I'm on it. Oh, I can already smell the caramel. We have to keep gently stirring so that it doesn't burn and stick to the bottom of the pot, right? Right, once that's done, we can add the whipped cream. Do you know this whipped cream comes from the milk of cows that live in the highlands just outside of Basel? I see, Professor Hamilton must prefer sourcing local ingredients. But just hearing you say that is making me hungry. I get when you have a taste, but you have to stay strong, Allie. I'm not Milliam, okay? I'm not going to just dig in. Now we just have to bake the dough and caramel that we put into the mold. Wow. What a lovely aroma. It's sort of nostalgic too. Isn't it? Whenever I stay at night, Professor Hamilton would always bake some for me. I think this is like the smell of home for you then. I can understand that.
And done.
These turned out better than I even imagined.
Yes! They look like they could be served at a restaurant.
I'll go ahead and slice one up.
Mmm. This flavor.
Indeed. It's like each bite warms my heart.
Right? This is Professor Hamilton's signature Engadine style Nusstorte. The secret ingredient? Love, of course.
I can't believe how delicious this is. Thank you so much, Esmeralda. Milliam is going to love this. Laura, Emma, and Elisa too. And you're sending some to your friends in the Empire, right? Right, part of Force too? Yes, Milliam is basically my big sister. She can be careless and sometimes annoying, but she is very dear to me. She was our classmate too, Rean and mine that is. And Laura and yours are just as important to me. They watched over me as I grew up. When you add in the guys and the new members of Class 7, and I guess there are a lot of people who are dear to me. And I see. So they're like your family, Rean too. Yeah, exactly. You're irreplaceable. Huh. After having a pleasant chat, Esmeralda went out of her way to arrange for the Nusstorte to be sent to their friends in the Empire.
Maybe it's because of our conversation, but I really want to see Milliam now.
Yeah, Laura and the others too. I had a chance to go visit the Empire a little while back, but I haven't seen them in almost 3 months.
Everyone's been so busy that it's been hard to find time to meet up. Once we wrap up everything here, we should plan a reunion or something.
I'd like that.
Then we need to make sure we do what we came here to do.
And after that, the three of them met back up with Toa and Crow and resumed their work. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Beyond the Horizon. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.